Harry, this is Laura Tato. And this is, well, another what if for Yuji, because I thought of it. And yeah, I just. Okay, so I have like two other Yuji what ifs, and shit, something fell. Not the point if you heard that. Yeah, that's just my charger that fell because I'm trying to put it somewhere that. Okay, never mind. What's it called? But I have two other Yuji what ifs, but after that, I might go into Boruto and try to finish those Boruto what ifs and also my old Naruto what ifs. But other than that, and also my One Piece what ifs, what else do I have done? Oh yeah, my Asa what ifs. Deku what ifs are gonna be discontinued. One Naruto what if is gonna be discontinued. That's gonna be what if Naruto was the Dark Seer or Dark Side or whatever his goddamn name was. It's because I don't know much about that fucking character. I don't even know why I fucking did it. But I'm gonna discontinue it and just delete it off. Probably delete it, I don't know. But I'm just gonna discontinue it because, well, I have no clue about him. At all. Nothing. I know he's from DC, but I don't fucking know anything about him. Don't know why I decided to do it. If I can remember right, I think Mr. Trollface was the one to recommend that what if. And keep spamming me and annoying with me. Or, I fucking can't remember. Whatever, I would discontinue anyway. But whatever. Other than that, go subscribe to what's it called, Anime Sensei or Iconic. And yeah. Now, let me go into this what if. This is what if Yuji, Itadori, was a reincarnation of, fuck up his name, but I'm gonna just say Estrossa and the other half, okay? I'm not gonna, Mael, I think that's how you say it, Mael / Estrossa, okay? Part 1. Now, we go into, well, Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, of course, Yuji still eat the finger, blah, blah, blah. He does get feed another one by Gojo because Gojo says, eat the finger. You get power. But, of course, he eats the finger. We go fast forward into, well, after they make, what's it called, Nobra, the same thing happens. But we go after, well, with the fight between Yuji kind of fighting the special grade, the actual special grade that's were, well, in the prison or something. Yeah, it was a prison. So, of course, when Yuji's kind of fighting that, and of course loses conscious unless, what's it called, Sukuna come out. Sukuna tries to bring the cursed spirit to Fujiwara, but couldn't. Yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Sukuna still just decides to kill the cursed spirit, takes the finger, and says, "Come on, Yuji, wake up! You can now take your body back." Then he smiles and says, I see he's knocked out. Time to go. So, of course, where we go into Fujiwara kind of fighting against, well, not really Sukuna, but Fujiwara was kind of talking to Sukuna for a little bit. And this is where, well, Sukuna takes Yuji hostage by taking out his heart and saying, if you bring back Yuji, he's going to die. Now, something happens. When Sukuna took out the heart, something else was pulled out from him. Not just his heart, but something white, purple, and, well, kind of yellowish. Put into the heart and then just thrown into the grass. This is where we go into the fight between, well, Sukuna and Fujiwara. They go the same. Now, of course, this is where something happens to Yuji. We go into Yuji. Or, well, yeah, we go into Yuji. Now, Yuji is kind of like waking up into pure darkness. And this is how Yuji opens his eyes and just sees two people right in front of him. Well, these two people are, well, Mael from, well, the light side being the angel side for Estrossa, and Estrossa on the other half being the demonic side. This is where, well, Yuji says, "Who are you people?" This is where Mael says, "I am Mael, one of the Arctic Angels." And this is where Estrossa says, "I am Estrossa, one of the 10 Commandments." This is where, well, Yuji says, 10 Commandments, Arctic Angels? What, 4 Arctic Angels? What are you talking about? Where am I exactly? This is where Mael says, "Well, you are in somewhat your mindscape. You're not dead, but really, you're not really in your mindscape. You will be in your heart, spiritual power." Okay, it doesn't really make sense, but you see here, we're here, and you're sort of our reincarnation. since I am, well, the same person as that person. And that's what I was to say, I am also the same person as him. But we're two different sides. One is evil, one is good. What's it called? Mael says one is evil, Estrossa says one is good. This is where, well, Yuji says, okay. So, why are you two here exactly? This is where Estrossa says you more. We're here because we already said that we are your reincarnation. Well, you're our reincarnation. So what you're just gonna have to have, so that way. And this is where Estrossa goes into detail saying, you will have, well, all of the 10 commandments because, well, something happens. This is where when, not Estrossa was about to explain about his commandment of love, something else happens. Light appears behind Mael and darkness, what's it called? Something big and darkness appears behind Estrossa. This is, well, the Demon King and the Supreme Goddess. This is where Mael turns around and says, Supreme Goddess, why are you here? And this is where, well, Estrossa says, Demon King, why are you here? This is where the Demon King says, I see that you're a reincarnation finally figure out who you two are. Really, we weren't actually, well, not hoping exactly. We were kind of hoping for him to actually find you guys out earlier in his life, but I guess being 15 is close enough. This is where, well, Estrossa and Mael says, what do you mean? The Supreme Goddess says, Mael, since you are, well, one being with Estrossa, and you do have, well, one of your, what is it called? One of the blessings named, well, Sunshine. I will also give you your other, well, other comrades' blessings, like Tornado, Ocean, and even, Flash. Yeah, Flash. This is where Mael says, but why? Because, well, the war between demons and angels are somewhat at peace, thanks to Meliodas and, well, Elizabeth. We really don't need war, so I would just give you the powers. And you realize here, in this world, it seems too much corruption. And so, since you were sent to another world instead of reincarnating in the world of, well, with Meliodas and the others, you were reincarnated here. So, we're here to give you, well, your reincarnation, the 3 other blessings for the archangels. It's where, well, Flash appears, like a light spear kind of appears, a water kind of spear with light around it, but white. The Flash had like yellow and white at the same time. The water one had, well, the ocean one, blessing, had like a blue kind of symbol and all that to show it was water, but around it was white. And of course, the next spear was, well, grayish, like a darkish gray for Tornado. And, well, it was in white. Gives it to Mael, but then Mael has his what they call Sunshine one, the blessing one. Now, of course, I don't remember what they were actually called. I know they're not called blessings, they're called something else, but I can't fucking remember. But yeah, I'm gonna just call them blessings. Now, of course, is where the Demon King says, like she just said, since there's no need for war between what they call the demons and, well, the goddesses, I'm gonna give you the 10 commandments, well, from the others. So he gives the commandments of, well, he says, well, since you have the commandment of love, I will give you the other commandments, the other 9 commandments. The commandment of purity, the commandment of let me remember how. The commandment of patience, the commandment of selfness, the commandment of truth, the commandment of repose, the commandment of fate. Yeah, fate. I think I'm saying that right. Commandment of fate, the commandment of pacifist, the commandment of resistance, and the commandment of pity. Or yeah, I think that. So yeah, there's the commandment of faith and also the commandment of piety. I thought I said pity for some reason. I don't know why I think of pity. But yeah, it's piety. I don't actually know what that actually means. But yeah. So of course, this is where, well, he has all the commandments of those. And this is where, well, Yuji was confused who these two beings are. Well, these four beings, because he's still confused as fuck. But yeah. This is where, well, Estrossa and Mael says thank you. Well, Mael says thank you, God, the Supreme Goddess. And this is where Estrossa says thanks, Demon King. This is where, well, the Demon King said, whatever, brat. This is where the Goddess says, you're welcome, Mael. This is where, well, they both leave, and this is where they explain to, well, Yuji about the Goddess race and the Demon race. Now, of course, there were somewhat one together until Gojo just decided to put a very powerful genjutsu on everyone, but yeah. And of course, where they have two, split personalities, but Yuji's not gonna have somewhat two split personalities. He's just gonna be one half angel race from the goddess race and one demon race. So of course he's just gonna be both of those races, just half and half. So of course, this is where Yuji nodded, and this is where, well, sorry about that. Well, what's it called? I think I said well like 3 fucking times. Shut the hell up, potato. So we go into, well, Yuji nodding, but we go into, well, Sukuna, and I said it again. God damn it, shut up. Whatever. Sukuna. So Fujiwara and Sukuna are right now kind of fighting. Fujiwara was about to use, well, domain expansion until, well, someone came. This is where, well, it was 3 girls. One was sort of not grayish hair, whitish hair, but also had like this kind of tealish blue kind of hair. Highlights another. Another with kind of reddish hair, but it was kind of having black hair, but kind of reddish highlights. And kind of scarlet red kind of highlights. And also another one with kind of lightish green hair. Now, of course, this is where also Gojo appears and says, Fujiwara, Sukuna. This is where, well, Sukuna says, hello there. You must be Gojo, the guy who kicked my ass. This time, you can't kill me, can you? Because I'm having, what's it called, well, Yuji hostage. This is where, well, the other 3 girls were about to fight until, well, Gojo says, why you 3 here? Leave. This is where, well, one of them says, no, I'm not leaving you, uncle. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna show you that I can definitely, be strong and be in Jujutsu high. Gojo says, God damn it, why is you always such a brat about things? This is where she gets angry and says, I'm not a brat. This is where, well, Sukuna laughs and says, they are kind of pretty. They might be mine. This is where, Sukuna rushes in blind speed. Of course, Gojo reacts fast enough, but of course, before reacting fast enough, something uppercutted, Sukuna in the goddamn jawline. Something just uppercutted him with blinding speed. Now, of course, this is where Sukuna flies up in the air and says, what the? My fucking neck. It hurt. He kind of twisted it back and said, who the hell hit me? This is where he lands back on his feet, but farther away from them. This is where, well, someone is right now in front of, well, Sukuna. Well, not in front of Sukuna. In front of, well, what's it called? Sukuna's view, but also in front of, what's it called? Well, Gojo, Fujiwara somewhat. Fujiwara has one eye open, the other one's kind of closed because it was bleeding and all. And of course, it were the other 3 girls. This is where, well, Gojo says, who are you? Yuji. Yuji says, the name's Yuji Itadori. Now, Sukuna, I'm here to kick your ass 6 in a damn Sunday. This is where Sukuna says, Yuji? Wait, why is your hair white? Wait, was it white before? No. He goes to like a broken glass, looks at his hair, because this is Sukuna, saying, your hair is fucking pink. Why is it white? How are you alive? No, that's impossible. What? No. This is where Sukuna's right now confused. Everyone's confused. Gojo says, Yuji? This is where Fujiwara says, Yuji? This is where the other girl says, who? This is where, well, Yuji's clothes are, well, not his clothes. He is somewhat wearing, what's it called, darkness manipulation. You know, the purplish glow of darkness? You know how, what's it called, either Estrossa was in assault mode. Yeah. Estrossa in assault mode or anyone else in the demon race kind of uses their darkness to kind of cover up their sort of body. Yeah, that's what Yuji is having. The darkness covering up his body. Now, of course, his darkness is actually kind of a darker blue. So it's darker blue with black. So of course that's what it is. So it's like this. Kind of like that bluish color right there. It looks blue to me, I don't know. But yeah. This is where, well, Yuji's eyes are also black. Well, both of the eyes are black. And this is where Yuji's saying, well, he also has the demon mark. And he's saying, well, it seems that you're going to be fighting me, Sukuna. This is where Sukuna says, I don't understand how you're alive. I still don't care. Because I have your actual body. And I'm wondering how you're actually able to hurt me if you are a ghost. Wait, what the... Also, what the hell is around your body? Wait, you don't have clothes. They're kind of off the shirt, but you can't make a... Oh, what the hell is happening? Sukuna is like confused because he cannot sense any curse energy from Yuji. None. Zero at all from Yuji. Zero. Just capiche? Zero. I don't know. I just wanted to say capiche. I don't know. But yeah, of course, this is where Gojo says Yuji. This is where Yuji appears right in front of what's called Sukuna. And of course, this is where Yuji says 7 rebel blades. And of course, he brings out 7 rebel blades, just kind of stab at Sukuna. Sukuna managed to dodge, 3 of them before they managed to stab inside him. Stabbing, his arm, his kind of torso, his other arm, and his leg. Now, of course, this is where, Yuji was aiming to kind of make sure that he wouldn't be able to move. This is where when Sukuna's trying to rip out the rebel blades, he can't. He feels like he can't rip them out. Like, the rebel blades... the 7 rebel blades that Estrossa has, I don't remember. I mean, they did 7 to Meliodas killing him because the demon race has 7 hearts, and these rebel blades are meant to kill those 7 hearts. But humans only has 1 heart, but Sukuna has 0 because yeah. So of course, Yuji is just making sure that he won't be able to move as fast as he could be. And this is where Sukuna says, these blades are kind of dangerous. This is where, there's another effect for the 7 rebel blades. An effect that kind of is similar to what pain rods are used. You know how when he shoots out a pain rod and all that, from what's called the Dew Path or anything like that? When they use those rods to kind of drain your chakra? Yeah, that's what the 7 blades do to drain your energy. Just energy, not chakra or curse energy a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it does absorb it also, because it's energy. Of course, is where Yuji appears, kneeling Sukuna in the ribs. This is where Sukuna goes, ow, damn it, this brat's hurting me more. This is where Sukuna tries to kick with a leg that was not, stab him. But this is where Yuji, he makes a, sword out of, his darkness to just cut that leg off. This is where, Sukuna was white in his eyes. That whatever darkness around Yuji is, he can create weapons. Just very strong weapons. That's where Yuji then kicks at Sukuna in the head, smashing him into a couple more buildings. This is where Fujiwara can't really keep up with the speed between Sukuna and Yuji. This is where Gojo wants to kind of jump in and kind of help. But then wanted to watch more about Yuji. He actually using his 6 eyes, but he cannot tell what energy source Yuji's using. Because, it's not cursed energy that Yuji is using. It's using demonic energy. Now, of course, where Yuji, he rushes at Sukuna, grabbing him from the head and smashing him down. This is where Sukuna smashed to the ground. And of course, where Sukuna's having enough of it. He kind of gets up. And he just kind of put his arms up and says, Domain expansion! He managed to make a domain expansion. This is where Gojo says, Yuji! Fujiwara says, Yuji, no! This is where, Sukuna was like, you think you can break out of my domain expansion? I will kill you, Yuji, and I will be the only one here. Now die! Slices Yuji into, 5 pieces. So, that means he cuts in 4 pieces. So of course, more well, after Sukuna letting go of the domain expansion, he laughs, and this is where Yuji's cut into, well, 5 pieces. Of course, they aren't like going down, they're still kind of floating up there and all that. And this is where, well, Sukuna laughs, Gojo says, no, Yuji! This is where Yuji, he kind of chuckles a little bit with one of his kind of smiles. Well, 5 smile pieces, but yeah. This is where Yuji says, that's so interesting, don't you think? Well, after merging back together, because yes, if you do like get one of your body parts cut off and you're in like what's it called, a demon and all that, you can regen fast enough and put your body back together, because that's what was called Meliodas did before when what's called Zagran did kind of cut off his arm. But yeah. Now, of course, this is where World Darkness kind of reforms the body. And this is where Yuji is laughing. He's like, oh, that's very interesting. So interesting. So is that really your domain expansion? Sukuna? Sukuna is shocked. He's like, what the fuck are you? You're not human, are you? This is where Yuji says, I'm a special case. Of course. Like I'm always said, I was special. Why so angry, Sukuna? Are you hatred? Are you feeling pathetic? Weakling? Anxiety? Huh? This is where Sukuna is saying, why you bastard? He's getting angrier and kind of hating Yuji, the fact that he can't even cut Yuji. This is where, well, Yuji activates a command, the commandment of love. This is where when Sukuna tries to rush at Yuji and says, die, you bastard! This is where, well, Sukuna felt like his energy, all of his energy just disappeared. This is where Sukuna fell down. He says, what the? I don't have enough energy to get up. No, I am the goddamn king of the curse of the team. Well, not king of the curse of the demons. He says, I am the king of the, what's it called? King of curses. This is where he's trying to get up, but he can't. He's like, what? What the hell did you do to me, you fucking freak? This is where Yuji kind of goes down on, well, he kind of just squats down and says, so, I thought you were supposed to be this all-great mighty king. Why are you there? Why are you kind of like praying, well, not praying, you're kind of bow down to me. Am I the new king, Sukuna? That's where Yuji is smiling evilly at, well, Sukuna. Sukuna's getting angrier and getting pissed at Yuji. You're not the king. He's trying to use more of his energy, but all of the energy he tries to use just disappears. Yes, the commandment of love, the most kind of broken thing to be in a battlefield. Because you see here, that commandment is so broken if you hate the enemy. If you're doing it for revenge or anything, your hatred and all that, towards Yuji or anything, or towards Estrossa, who had the commandment of love, also Meliodas had the commandment of love. If you hated him in battle or anything, you won't be able to have energy to do it. You have to have no hatred in your heart to attack this person. Zero hatred. The only person that was able to hurt him is, well, not the only person, there was other people, but if you want to think about it from Escanor. Escanor is someone that was human and was able to hurt, what's it called, well, Estrossa. That was because, well, Escanor was always prideful. He didn't care about a hatred or anything. He was prideful. He whooped the shit out of Estrossa like it was nothing. But yeah. Now, of course, it worked well. Yuji saying, oh, come on, Sukuna. He, like, puts, what's it called, his hand in, like, Sukuna, kind of tapping it. And then slaps the shit out of Sukuna, smashing into a bunch of buildings. That's where Yuji says, come on, Sukuna. I thought you were strong. Where's that spirit? Where's that power? This is where, well, Gojo is shocked to see Sukuna is kind of getting his ass beat by, well, Yuji. And Yuji is not even trying that much. He was trying for a little bit, but then stopped trying because after using the commandment of love. He only did that to kind of piss off Sukuna enough for Sukuna to have at least some hatred, some, resentment to, Yuji. And Yuji wanted that. This is where Sukuna doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know anything. This is where Yuji, he stops the commandment of love, and this is where Sukuna got his more power back. He's confused what the hell even happened. He's thinking, is there some kind of curse energy barrier that he has? Damn it, I gotta get away from him. This is where, well, he's trying to jump away, well, kind of walk a little bit away, and then he's gonna jump further away. But this is where Yuji says, you know, it's very rude to see that clouds are kind of blocking the sun, don't you think? I really like the sun. It's a beautiful sight of color, don't you think? This is where, well, Sukuna says, what the hell are you talking about? This is where, well, Yuji says, oh, nothing. Nothing at all. This is where, well, Yuji, he kind of like moves the clouds by using what's called tornado, the blessing tornado, to move the clouds by using the wind. And this is where, well, the sun appears, kind of shining bright onto Yuji. It is high noon. Yes, it is high noon right now. This is where Yuji says, it's high noon. This is where Sukuna is kind of creepy out with the fact that laughing. This is where Yuji says, it's high noon. I can finally test it out. I actually want to test it out since I am his reincarnation. And I gotta be prideful. So there's only one thing to do. Sukuna, don't run away. I want to test out my power on you. And erase you from existence, so yeah. This is another positive, but don't worry what this is gonna be. This is where Yuji's body starts growing, and of course the darkness just gets rid of from his torso and all that, and from his legs and all that. But this is where he still kind of made, like, what's it called? He uses the Arctic Angel's ability to kind of make clothing for himself, because he doesn't want to be just butt naked out there. He doesn't want to be like that one dude from One Punch Man. If you can remember that one guy who kind of uses kind of like Angel Rush or anything. That one kind of S-rank dude, kind of like, he rips his clothes off and he's just butt naked. But yeah, he doesn't want to be just like that guy, okay? This is where Yuji does kind of create his clothes and all. And of course, this is where, well, it's just white. And this is where Yuji has four horns. Well, not four horns. What the hell am I talking about? 4 wings appearing behind him. His eyes change from a dark blue to a light blue with the crescent of the Arctic Angel eye on his, well, eyes. This is where Yuji looks at Sukuna and saying, well, we gotta be fighting. Come on, Sukuna. Show me what you got. This is where, well, Sukuna says, what the hell? Your eyes change, your clothes changing, your, I'ma say, wings change. They were black a while ago, now they're 4 wings. Kind of looks like angel wings, if that's what humans like to say. This is where Yuji appears and says, yep, they like to say that a lot. Uppercuts him in the gut. Just like, just where, well, Sukuna goes, this is where Yuji says, sun style, sun ball. This is where he goes in his other hand and makes a tiny sun ball, but then flicks it at what's it called, Sukuna, and it just like kind of expanded and hits Sukuna. Sukuna's trying to block it with his arms, and this is where he's getting obliterated. He's like, what the hell is this? It blows up in his face, and of course, he goes and smashes into a building. Of course, both his arms are right now kind of crispy burnt, just like a chicken. I don't know why I made that comment, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where Sukuna says, what the hell are you? This is where, well, Yuji kind of grew a little bit. Now, of course, Yuji used to be used to be 5'8", but now he's 6'1". Well, not because of the sun, he was already 6'1" when he kind of merged with the other. Not merged, but kind of got the powers. But he's right now kind of 6'4" a little bit with the sun. Of course, he could have grown more, but he has more control of what's called the sunshine than Escanor, because, well, Escanor wasn't really the original user. Mael was, but, you know, Mael was more... Okay, you get the point. The word, well, Sukuna says, whatever the hell you are, you won't be able to defeat me. Yuji, he puts both his hands out and creates a kind of like disc blade in both his hands and rushes at, what's it called, Sukuna, slashing and what's it called, not slashing and dashing, just slashing and just, what the fuck am I trying to say? Just slashing, okay, multiple times. That's why Sukuna is just cut to a million pieces. This is where, well, he managed to reform a little bit, because yes, he still has curse energy in time, because he is a king of curses. But this is where Yuji says Arctic Angel style. Fuck. You know the spear, he makes that spear around, what's it called, Sukuna? Like all around Sukuna. And yes, this is Yuji's original body, but now Yuji has his own body that he created. Now I'll mention how it was created. This is where, well, Yuji says, disappear. Arctic Angel style, disappearance. This is where, well, when Sukuna says, what do you mean disappear? I can't disappear, you moron. You realize I'm mortal. Even if one of my hearts or other things were destroyed, or not even hearts, I can't die. You realize everyone has tried to kill me. This is where Sukuna is laughing until he kind of looks at his arm and he can see he's shaking. Of course, he tried to reform it, but of course it sees that kind of white particles are evaporating his body. That's where Sukuna says, what are you doing? No! Yuji! Don't! You need me! You need me! Don't! What are you doing? Yuji says, erasing you. What do you think I'm doing? An Arctic Angel ability that I kind of learn a little bit faster. But, you know, it's good enough to get rid of your fingers because I can erase your fingers. That's where Sukuna says, what? No! Yuji! No, you can't do this to me. No. This is where, well, Yuji says, too bad. You hurted too much people. And since you're so impure, I must destroy you. This is where, well, Sukuna says, you can't do this to me. Now, underneath his body is kind of being erased more. This is where, well, Sukuna's only head is still alive and all that. And this is where, well, his whole body has been evaporated or erased. This is where Sukuna says, you can't do this to me. No, you need me. Of course, it just evaporates and disappears. Now, of course, the third finger that he had was also there. Yuji has it on his arm because Sukuna didn't eat it. I don't think it didn't eat it because I only said that. Yeah, whatever. But of course, where Yuji says, this third one you have. Fucking pathetic. I did erase you, but I can do this. Arctic Angel erase. Again, around what's it called, the finger, and just erases it. Gojo sees that's the, what's it called, cursed finger is gone from existence. As it were, well, when Yuji did that, he says, suck it, bitch. As it were, well, the sun was going down and all that. And of course, high noon was kind of going down and all that. This is where Yuji's form started going down, and this is where Yuji, he kind of gets out of his form, his Arctic Angel form. And this is where, well, he still has white hair. His eyes are crystallized blue. And kind of like what's called, just crystallized blue, I'm just saying. Kind of looks kind of sapphire. One looks kind of sapphire, kind of like darkish sapphire, while the other one kind of looks lightish sapphire. So yeah, this is where Yuji, he says, well, it's all done. This is where Yuji falls over, and this is where, well, Fujiwara says, not Sukuna, Yuji. This is where, well, Yuji is right now knocked out. Now Yuji is kind of go to sleep. Now, of course, well, he wakes up the next day and somewhat. He's in a room, in the nurse room and all that. Nurse office room, whatever. And Shoko did kind of check over him, but sees that he is very fast and, well, recovering. So, yeah. Well, not recovering. Let me see this again. His healing, himself healing a body is pretty fast. So, of course, they already heal his body, but yeah. This is why, well, Yuji is just, well, saying, He wakes up, and this is where he looks up and sees, well, one person right now being in a chair and kind of watching over him. But she's already asleep. The girl with kind of whitish hair, but having, like, kind of tealish hair also. She opened her eyes and says, That's where Yuji says, what the hell are you doing here? Now, Yuji is 6'1". This girl is 6. So, of course, well, she kind of screams, and of course, Gojo and the others kind of run in. Gojo, Fujiwara, Nobara, and even what's it called? Well, 2 others. As well, Yuji says, my head hurts. Can you not scream? Jesus Christ. This is where Fujiwara says, yo, Yuji, you okay? Yuji says, I was, until someone screamed in my ears, very fucking loud. Shut up. This is where, well, Yuji's dark blue eye, sapphire, kind of went darker and kind of was about to go demon mode. Of course, Yuji stopped himself because God, it was annoying. This is where, well, Yuji is saying, so, what the hell happened? This is where Fujiwara, you don't remember. He says, you don't remember what happened? Yuji says, no, idiot, I know what happened. I obliterated Sukuna. I erased him from existence. Yes, I know what the hell happened. No, I'm not talking about that. What the hell happened when I was knocked down? Where am I exactly? This is where Fujiwara says, screw you two. You're here in sort of the recovery room. Or you kind of, I don't know, wasted too much energy, that's why you're here. This is where Gojo then asks a question. Yuji, how did you make yourself an own body? Yuji goes to back to one of his memories. Now, we go into the heart. When Yuji was getting explained and having the power of the 10 commandments and even what's called the 4 blessings by Mael and what's called, Estrossa, his heart. We go into his heart. Beat, 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 beat. Shh. Darkness and, light started appearing around, the heart into a spear and started growing out, making arms and legs and even a head, a torso, and of course the heart reformed into the same place. Organs were kind of growing back. And this is where Yuji says, he appears, his hair was white, his eyes were a different color now. But of course Yuji sent where was called, Fujiwara was at, since he saw the destruction. And of course went demon mode to kick the shit of Sukuna. Of course, where Yuji says, I don't know, I regrow my body. Something I have no clue. I'm special, I guess. Yuji just kind of went, I don't know what the hell happened. He's lying, he knows what exactly happened, but he doesn't want to mention it. Gojo sees that Yuji really doesn't know, even though he could have used his 6 eyes to kind of see if Yuji was lying or not. But it's not really a lie detector. It's just trying to see if Yuji is kind of, his curse energy is kind of like going up or down, whatever. Okay. But yeah, of course, the word Fujiwara and the other says, okay. That's where Fujiwara says, what about your white hair? Yuji says, I don't fucking know. And this is where Fujiwara sees what they call Yuji's eyes being 2 different colors of blue, one being darker and one being light. Now the darker one is on his left side, while the light one is on his right side. So yeah, this is where, Fujiwara says, Gojo, can I see your eyes? Gojo says, why would you like to see my eyes, Fujiwara? Fujiwara says, it's nothing gay, okay? The hell? Hell no, I don't swing that way, Gojo. Nah. This is where Gojo says, God damn it, kid, I'm not saying that way. God. Why do you want to look at my eyes? Just let me see. And Nobara says, yeah, I want to see also. And of course, it were the other 2 girls. And of course, the girl with kind of white hair already knew what's it called, her uncle eyes are. So of course, this is where her eyes, the girl eyes are with kind of tealish green a little bit. And of course, this is where, she kind of talks to Yuji. She already said her name, being Hakim Gojo. And of course, not Hakim, Sarina Gojo. The red hair says she was Savannah from the... This is where, the girl says her name was Savannah from the Kamo clan, basically the Blood Maleficent clan. And the last one says her name was Zarina from the Zenin clan. This is where, Gojo says hi. But this is where Gojo kind of puts down his eyes to show that he has crystallized blue eyes. Of course, Shoko got in and says, what the hell are you doing, Gojo? Why are you showing your eyes to your students? This is where Gojo says, I don't know, Fujiwara says that he wanted to see my eyes. Shoko says, your eyes look stupid as hell anyway. Gojo says, I know you're gonna insult me. Why so mean, Shoko? Because they are. This is where, Fujiwara and Norba looks at his eyes, looks at his white hair, then looks at Yuji, looks at Yuji's eyes, being one kind of crystallized blue a little bit, similar to Gojo's eyes a little bit, but kind of just lighter, and the other one being darker. And of course, Yuji's hair being white. This is where, they are both looking at what's it called, Yuji and Gojo. And this is where, Nobara says, Gojo, did you have a son? This is where Shoko says, She laughed for a second because she wasn't actually expecting one of Gojo's students to just say, Gojo, you had a son? This is where Fujiwara says, did you also have a son? What the hell? Why does Yuji looks just like you? It's just his eyes being darker blue. Well, one being darker blue and one being lighter blue than your eyes. What the hell? This is where, well, Gojo says, what? No, I didn't have a son. Shoko says, oh no, Gojo. She pulls out her camera, takes a picture of Gojo's face, and then takes a picture of Yuji's face, and this is where Yuji closes his eyes because it hurted the fucking light. And he's like, ow, why the fuck did my... God damn it. This is where, well, Arena says, wait, Gojo, did you have a son? Gojo says, I didn't have a son. What the fuck are you all talking about? This is where they say, sure. Through Shoko, she decides to text what to call Urahime because they're kind of best friends. And Urahime gets a text seeing Gojo's face, and she gets kind of annoyed, but then sees the other boy's face. And then kind of says what text back Shoko saying, why did he send me this picture? This is where Shoko says, I think Gojo had a son. This is where Urahime kind of blushes because, well, yeah. And then says, what? Is that even true? Huh? Who the hell did he had a son with? Or who he or she or whatever had a son with? This is where, well, Shoko said, I don't know. Maybe you should get down here and ask yourself. This is where, well, Shoko says, I will be there in 2 months when my students kick the shit out of his students in the exchange event. This is where, well, Shoko says, I mean, he's also probably going to be in the exchange event. Fuck. I swear to God, if that kid also has 6 eyes and limitless, I'm pissed. This is where Gojo says, first of all, Yuji's not my son, okay? He would have been Yuji Gojo, but he's not Yuji Gojo. Here's where Nobara and Fujiwara says, kinda sus to think about it. Suspicious. You would try to change his name so it wouldn't look like your son. Probably have to change his hair, eyes. And this is where Gojo says, then why would I let Yuji eat the finger? This is where, well, Fujiwara says, because you're an idiot half the time. Gojo says, I hate my students. This is where Yuji's confused and it's just like, this is weird as hell. This is where, well, Yuji's getting up, and of course, this is where Yuji doesn't have clothes. Well, I mean, he had a shirt. Well, not shirt. He didn't have clothes, so, like, on top of his, like, muscles. His pants were still left alone, but yeah. Of course, his pants are just white, but yeah. This is where Yuji says, what the hell happened to my fucking coat? This is where, well, Shoko says, I had to take it off, but damn kid, you're ripped, and also you're the height of 6'1". Almost the same height as Gojo, which is surprising. Now that I think about it, you seem like Gojo's son to think about it. If Gojo's 6'3" right now, you're 6'1". They're all going on theories, and this area Gojo says, he's not my son. God damn it, stop saying he's my son. This is where, well, Yuji says, okay. Well, I'm gonna just get up and leave. This is where Yuji was about to leave until, well, Fujiwara and Nobara says, where the hell do you think you're going? Yuji says, home. This is where Fujiwara says, home? What the hell do you mean? Yuji says, since I'm no longer Sukuna's vessel, I'm not really a part of Jujutsu Kaisen no more. Or not Jujutsu Kaisen, Jujutsu High. This is where they realize that, ... Gojo says, oh no you don't. Even though we don't know what to explain with your strange abilities, and definitely they're not from the Gojo clan, or any of from the Kamo clan or Zenin clan, doesn't mean you get to leave. You have a contract to be here, and stop Sukuna's fingers. Kind of find them and eat them, or just erase them, because legit you could have done that. Yuji says, that's just something I unlocked in the moment of battle. Not really something I unlocked a while ago, but whatever. Gojo, fine, I'll stay here. But yeah. Of course, the war, well, Gojo says, good, then let's go. This is where Yuji is going with, what's it called? Gojo and Nobara and Fujiwara to go train with the others. Now, of course, the war, well, Sayana, Savannah, and also Arana, they say that they wanted to join. This is where Gojo says, fine, I asked the principal. God damn it. Why won't you just stay normally at home? This is where, well, Sayana says, because I don't wanna. She like sucks out her tongue at Gojo, and Gojo says, fuck sakes. Whatever. Of course, this is where, well, they go to meet what's it called? Well, Maki, Panda, and Togo. But this is the part where I'm gonna leave it off. Have a nice potato day, potato night, potato say potato, and potato. But yeah, potato.